1-800-449-8255. And you, my friend, I don't think you're ever going to ever be the same after you watch this video of Clark the Shark reviewing Photographs and Memories, his greatest hits. Jim Croce. Now, this artist who is kind of like, I don't know, like John Denver meets Bread meets like, I don't know, dude. Jim Croce is like his own thing. And I always wondered, what is Jim Croce? Is he like Italian or Polish or Czech or, Slovenian or Ukrainian or Gypsy? Or this guy is just such a mystery. Now, Jim died in a plane crash in 1973 when I was just like 8. And I remember just being heartbroken. A little 8-year-old kid. Because, I knew these songs, you guys, in the early 70s. Jim Croce gone way too soon, you guys, for little junior-sized Clark the Shark around Torrance and Redondo Beach. I even hear like a little Nilsson or something, and I don't know. Everything is in Jim Croce and yet nothing at all. This guy is weirdly, totally original with these little catchy melodic pop ditties, acoustic, but then again, in the early 70s, that sound, where you had a guy with an acoustic guitar and the song was really melodic, like Seals and Crofts or, just that stuff back then. Steely Dan and just all that great music. I loved it. Who's that guy? The cat's in the cradle in the doo-dee-doo. Little boy shark is a man on a moon. I love it all. Neil Young, Harvest, Carly Simon. Gosh, I love the early 70s, you guys. I even like Elton from that period. I have grand memories growing up in Torrance, Redondo Beach, Palos Verdes, the South Bay, and listening to just all this great music that me, Clark the Shark. I praise God that I was so blessed to be exposed to all this incredible acoustic soft rock in the early 70s. It's not really soft rock, though. It's good rock, like Badfinger and just all the mellow shit. And then like punk rock would come along and just wreck it all or something. And I loved it, but I hated it too. I wanted this type of shit to go on. And believe you me, people, when Jim Croce died in that plane crash, a lot of this early 70s vibe died with him. It was never the same. I mean, Seals and Crofts had some nice, Diamond Girl, do. I just remember, oh, dude, I remember those songs like do. Summer breeze makes shark feel fine, blowing through the jasmine. I remember those times, you guys. Just being 7 years old in 1972 or 8 years old, 1973, and listening to all that great music. I also get a weird memory of hearing like Wings, Paul McCartney, like Band on the Run mixed in with all those times. But it was great, you guys. It was, I was just a little kid, but man, the stuff that was on the radio, I loved it all. It meant so much to me. You know, especially Harry Nilsson, John Denver. I'm sure people in the 60s, you know, they had their own version of the folk, you know, like Peter, Paul, and Mary and all that stuff back then. I wish I could have been around in those times. I was around, but I was just a baby, you know, born in 65. I was just 1 year old, you know, in 66 when we had that grunge invasion coming out of Texas garages, or, you know, garages around Los Angeles or Detroit or Boston or London, you know, with bands like Them and Van Morrison. Oh man, why was I just 1 year old in 1966? I missed out on that year that I love so much today at age 58 that I never really lived, and yet I was on the earth. I was in the Matrix, but just a baby, you guys. And only 2 years old when the Who sell out, you know, and all the killer psychedelia from 1967, the electric prunes and all that shit. But there's something about the early 70s. There's a romance to Jim Croce and all the great acoustic music, and just, man, I love Bread. Oh, I would give everything I own just to touch Shark once again. I love it all, you guys. But Jim Croce, there's something special about this acoustic, melodic, atmospheric, these incredible little genius songs. They're so short and concise, and they capture something that, I don't know, John Denver's really rad, man. I fucking love him. But he just doesn't got that thing that Jim Croce has got, and neither does Bread. And to a degree, you know, neither does Badfinger and, you know, #1 record by Big Star. I don't know. Jim Croce just has this thing that is so awesome. It certainly does bring back photographs and memories, you guys. I love this shit. Let's get into these songs. Of course, this is going to get 5 stars. Who gave it a 4? All Music. What are you, nuts? 4.5, baby. This is 5. Rolling Stone, no review. Christgau's record guide, B+. What? Dude, are you fucking on crack? Come on, man. This is 5 stars, baby. Every song is incredible here. And I want a little side note here. Jim Croce has a bunch of albums, and I swear to God, you guys, the songs by Jim Croce that aren't hits are really good, solid meat and potatoes, acoustic and rock songs. Now, these songs on his greatest hits are songs that you and me and we all know, you guys. Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. What a song. And these songs are written by Jim Croce, you guys. Just I Got a Name wasn't. But that song feels like it was too. But Bad, Bad Leroy Brown, I remember as a child. What a song. Bad, Bad Leroy Brown. Baddest shark in the whole damn town. Meaner than a junkyard dog, you guys. And I get the feeling like Jim Croce was mean or something. Like, you didn't want to mess around with Jim. No way, baby. Very sad that this big man, I think he was really tall, like 6'4". He just died so quickly in a plane crash. It just shows all of you and me how quickly we can be gone. I mean, tomorrow in a car wreck, you guys, you, me, Clark the Shark, all of us. Here today, gone tomorrow, just like Jim. But I pray the good Lord will take my soul, even though I'm a bad, bad boy, Sharky. I hope You know, all the nasty things I must do and say will be forgiven, much like bad Leroy Brown, a fictional character created by this genius poet, storyteller, Jim Croce. He just colors your imagination with these dreams and visions, and he just creates things out of thin air, out of nowhere. Oh man, what an acoustic, atmospheric, logical genius of a computerized digital man. But in the early 70s, you guys, he was like a robot, but a super talented acoustic robot. Super melodic, super incredible, on the level with like the Beatles or something. He's incredible, you guys. An Operator, track number 2. That's not the way it is. Operator. You gotta love that song, you guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I love Operator. And Photographs and Memories, track number 3. What a song. Photographs and Memories. Do 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 do. Back to a do do do. When I called you mine. Incredible. Melodic, you guys. Beautiful lyrics and singing that brings a tear to your eyes, you guys. Man, nobody can do it like Jim Croce. It was so sad when this guy died. Gosh. And Rapid Roy, the stock car boy. I mean, once again, the genius, poet, writer. Rapid Roy, that stock car boy. He don't know what fear about. He do 130 mile an hour, smiling in the camera with a toothpick in his mouth. He got girls all along the way. I mean, we all want to be Rapid Roy with a girl back home named Dixie Dawn. What a genius. Time in a Bottle. You know, I gotta say, this kind of rewrites the Beatles, a couple of Beatles tunes. This progression is used a lot, you know. I'd say Stairway to Heaven by Zeppelin and, you know, maybe Fixing a Hole by the Beatles. I hear this do 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 do. I hear it a lot, but somehow when Jim Croce does that progression with Time in a Bottle, it sounds completely original. Like he wrote all those songs, or like he taught the Beatles in advance or something. It's just weird. Time in a Bottle, amazing, beautiful, beautiful lyrics. If I could put time in a bottle, the first thing that shark wants to do. You guys, I just want to capture every moment with all of you out there, right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB Sharkerphone. It's not a microphone, you guys. It's a solid gold Sharkerphone that was built by God, the Father, and the Son, the Holy Spirit. Because when I'm talking about Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce, I'm talking about one of the most amazing songs ever in the history of all music, not just easy rock listening or whatever this is. I don't even know how to categorize Jim Croce. What a rare super genius of just, I don't even know what genre this is, you guys. It is so strange how amazing he is. I mean, I want to call it acoustic rock or easy listening or, you know, light rock or light acoustic or light pop or soft rock, but I can't, you guys. It defies category. It defies reason, and it defies genius. It's Jim Croce, you guys. And New York's not my home. Don't you know, Sharky, gotta get out of here. I'm so alone. Don't you know, Sharky, gotta get out of here. 'Cause LA's not my home, you guys, and neither is San Diego or California. I'm going to Utah, you guys, where the rent is cheaper. Right out here in Cali, baby, it's $3,500 a month just for a studio. It's not my home anymore, you guys, and New York's not my home for Jim Croce. What a song. Working at the Car Wash Blues, you know, it's almost like he's narrating his own life, like he's an undiscovered Howard Hughes, just walking home in soggy old shoes at this end of Niagara Falls, working at the Car Wash Blues. Once again, you guys, the narrative, the narration, Jim Croce paints pastels and paints on a canvas, and you just see it, you feel it, you live it, you vision it, working at the Car Wash Blues. I mean, you should be just sitting in a swivel chair, you know, with talking some trash to the secretary. What a song. I Got a Name isn't by Jim Croce, but it feels like it is, you guys. Almost could be like a John Denver song, you know. It's killer. I love it. It might be my favorite song, sad to say. But I like all these songs, you guys. And I'll have to say I love you in a song. You know, I hope I didn't wake you guys tonight. You know, coming here live here from the Sharky right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But what I got to say can't wait. And I hope you guys, you forgive me. I just can't put my finger on it, but I'll have to say I love you all in a song. Do, 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 do. And I just dedicate it to Jim, you guys. You don't mess around with Jim. Man. Uptown got its hustlers. The Bowery got its bums. 42nd Street got a big Jim Walker. He a pool shooting son of a gun. Well, he big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country hoss. And when the bad fools all get together at night, you know they all call Sharky boss just because. They say you don't tug on Sharky's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull the mask off of No Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. You don't, you guys. Don't do it right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And Lover's Cross almost seems like an anti-Christian song, or like anti-God or anti-Catholic or something. And I want to hate that song, but I love it. You know, me, Clark the Shark, I'm kind of a God-fearing guy, you know. I say some pretty mean things on here, and I know God gets pissed off, but he's like, damn it, Shark's right. But I don't like that Lover's Cross song. And I'm like, God, I think in the moment it was meant at the time. And he's like, well, maybe, Sharky, I'll cut it some slack. You know, some people think Jim Croce died because of that song on that plane crash. I hope not, you guys. But me, I even feel the same way where I'm like, I don't feel like going to church, or I just feel like staying home and being with my baby and watching TV and just being lazy and sleeping. I don't want to bear no Lover's Cross. Not today, Lord, but I feel it, you guys. It's like I want to love it, but I hate it, and I want to hate it, but I love it. Lover's Cross, baby. It might be my favorite song on the whole album. I keep saying that, though, about every single effing song on this album, you guys. They are all amazing. And one less set of footsteps on Sharky's door. You gotta love that song, too. These Dreams. Gosh, love it. It's also touching and tender, and yet abrasive and mean and angry. And there's something I don't even want to say I can't put my finger on Jim Croce, you guys. And roller derby queen, I just imagine this girl that really is built like a refrigerator. She's like 5'6", but she's 215. She's built like Sharky, actually, you guys. The roller derby queen. Maybe in another life I was meant to marry her. I don't know, you guys, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But I'm telling you about Jim Croce. This album